Hey, what's up, y'all? MC here. I want to do another quick review for you guys. This is the Knafs Lander, and I don't know if they're calling this the version 2 or if they're really separating it from the other one. This is the Micarta and 14C28N version. There is a D2 and G10 version. For the cost of that one, I couldn't talk myself into it. The G10 and D2 is 55 bucks, and there's just too much good stuff in G10 and D2. I get that so messed up. G10 and D2. There's so much good stuff out there, well under $50, sometimes under $40. I just couldn't talk myself into the other one. I did talk myself into this one. It is small, as you can see. Um, my Carta is good. It's got enough grip to it, but it is still a little bit smooth. Grippy enough for this small of a knife, I'll say that. Does have a reversible pocket clip. They did a nice job with the pocket clip there. It's inset. The screws don't stick up. Nothing to write home about there. Thumb stud deployment is the only deployment on this guy. So now, man, it's small, and it's basic. My biggest complaints about this thing are it's small and it's basic. I will say this, the detent on mine is money in the bank. Like, I don't know if I have ever had a knife with the detent tuned this well. And I don't even, you almost can't fail it. Like, I barely flick it and you can't fail the opening almost. I haven't done it yet, unless my fingers completely slipped off and I didn't engage at all. But the detent is incredible. So, their other claim to fame, if you don't know, is the swappable scales. So if you just take these two screws out on either side and probably the pocket clip, you can take the scales off and swap the scales without taking the liners apart, without disassembling the whole knife. If you're a person who just wants to swap scales often, quickly, and they do have several scales available on their website, and you can download an STL if you're a 3D printer. So that's one of their claims to fame, and that's kind of cool. It's probably not something I would ever mess with. The other problem with this guy is he's $80. Like, I said that small and plain were my biggest complaints. I could live with the size, and I can even live with the plain. It's $80. And I just don't know if the cost of value is there. Like I said, the detent is incredible. I love 14C28N. I'd much rather have that than D2 or 154 CM even, which usually costs more. But man, I don't know. I don't know. This is the Ruick P662B. Now, this is G10 and not Micarta, but they're both 14C28N. This guy does have a little quirk, like he's only got one thumb stud. The action's still excellent. And like, this guy is $27. And the only real difference is G10 and Micarta. And of course, if you're going to swap the scales, which that's a different thing. I just don't know that there's $50 difference in these two knives. I don't know that. And Sencut, the Sencut Scepter, he's a little bigger knife, I know, but this is Micarta and some really good 9CR. This guy's like $37, might be even less now. Once again, I don't know that the cost value or the cost difference is there. This is beyond EDC. These are the same materials. 14C28N and Micarta. This guy's $60. And even, they're both cheaper, obviously, if you get a discount code. But there's a $20 difference in there. And I don't know that I see it. I don't know that I see it. It's a nice little knife. Like I said, the detent, the action is just incredible. I don't have a problem with that. A liner lock access is good enough. There's no backspacer. There are nested liners in there. It's a decent little knife, guys. I don't like to recommend things because price is up to the individual. Shop around. I mean, if you absolutely love the knife and you're going to use the hot swap scales and all those things, by all means, go for it. It's not a bad knife at all. I just think looking backwards, I don't know that I would have spent $80 if I would have held it in my hand first. And that's my biggest takeaway. Like, get it on Amazon where you can return it with no hassle if that's it. And if you're okay with the size and the plain shape, which I am too, but I'm okay with this stuff at like $55 or $60. 80 is a little different, a little harder for me to swallow. Um, Here it is next to a bigger knife, the QSP Penguin. And if you have the Odium, they're not that far apart. Now, I know the Odium, these are both D2, but like this guy, you can get these for $30. You can get this guy for around 45. So, I mean, that's up to you to decide if the price is there. It's a nice knife. The detent is excellent. The materials, I love the materials. Micarta in 14C is one of my go-tos. It's really plain. It's kind of small. And this is a knife where you just got to trust them because you're not going to see where your money's going. Okay. I don't dislike it at all. I'll do a real quick weight for you. There's not much more to say about this thing, to be honest with you, man. 2.2 ounces. So, I like small, lightweight knives. I just don't know that this is the price range I want to get it at. If you like the knife, if you're okay with the price, if you're okay with the size, you won't be disappointed in the quality. You won't be disappointed in the action, unless I just got one that's exceptionally good. You won't be disappointed in it, but just think hard about that price. See what else is out there in 14C and Micarta. And just, like I said, if you're going to get it on Amazon where you can return it hassle-free in case you don't like it. Either way, this is the Knafs Lander Micarta and 14C28N. I am MC. I will throw links in the description for it to their site and any place else I can find for you to buy it. But mine did come from Amazon. I suggest you do that route as well. I'm MC, guys. If you like this, please subscribe, share. If you didn't like it, share it with your enemies. Make them suffer right along with you, man. Have a great night, y'all.